Let's do this. Alright guys, so we are here with our first official Season 3 live client tier list. The first official one, guys. We're going to have many tier lists throughout the year as we continue to have patches that buff, nerf, and otherwise change Smite in its entirety. Of course, guys, these tier lists are a bit relative. These are going to be ranking first conquest, not other game modes. And of course, this is going to be off of my personal experience in things like scrims and ranked play, etc. Of course, this is very new. It's a very new season, so some of this may be a little bit off, but it's going to be a good general list for you to look at and go, okay, this is kind of what I'm looking towards the bans, and when I'm looking towards the top picks and stuff, this is what you're going to be looking at. So let's get it started with Agni. Agni starting off. We've had Agni in A for every single tier list, and he's still going to be an A, but he's going to be an A+. So nothing changed with Agni. Agni's still the exact same character, but what happened was mage items got buffed. What is Agni? Agni's a mage. Can Agni buy Doom Orb? Yes, he can. He's better than he used to be. Believe me. AMC, you still suck. AMC still sucks. Why does he suck? Because he doesn't have any getaway skills in a meta that requires you to be able to get out of CC and run away, and he cannot do that. Also, of course, as we go through this tier list and place gods, we may move previously placed gods up or down about a tier. Plash. Plash actually was really strong for just a tiny little period in the last meta. You may have heard about the Dirty Bubble and his build. Well, as it turns out, it was actually extraordinarily broken on Plash, but Plash got nerfed. They nerfed his tank items that he used to build for that. He doesn't have any getaway skills. He doesn't have the CC immunity on an ultimate. It's not his meta. Yeah, he can get Doom Orb, but no. There's a lot of strong mids right now, and he's not one of them. Onher's okay. This is one of the gods that I'm really not sure about. I've had a little bit of experience with him playing really well, a little bit of experience with him playing not so well, but the top ADC gods that I've been seeing in ranked play and scrims are not Anher. He's been seeing almost no play. And so he's one of those guys where I haven't seen him that much, and so maybe he ends up being great later in the season as people play him, because he does have the built-in pen, which is interesting, because Hu Yi is one of the better ADCs right now, and it's because of his 2 having the built-in pen. Amaterasu, we'll just go ahead and get her on up there. If anybody needs an explanation for Amaterasu being an S+, I'm going to go ahead and assume you've never played Smite since she came out. I'm just going to probably assume you just haven't gone around play. It doesn't matter what game mode you're in, actually, I bet. You ever play an assault match against an Amaterasu? An arena? Conquest? Literally anything? She's broken. She's actually completely broken. You can't do anything about it. You build full tank cooldown. You have base damage skills of 500 and like 400 and like 800. So you don't actually need anything besides cooldown. She's broken. Anubis! Yeah, Anubis! He sucks. Yeah! Yeah, Anubis! You still suck, baby! You're not any better! The meta changes and you are the same. Crappy god. Fun to play. Still sucks. No getaway skills. He gets taunted. He dead. To be fair, no change from Season 1 where he got taunted. And he dead. Ao Kuang. Ao Kuang is one of the stronger gods in the game right now. I remember going over the patch notes for one of the things with Ao Kuang, and I remember talking about who thought Ao Kuang needed a buff, and the answer was nobody. Nobody thought Ao Kuang needed a buff because Ao Kuang was fine. So what did they do to Ao Kuang? They buffed him passively across the entire board. And he can also buy mage items. They buffed all types of builds for him. They buffed Telkine's Ring. They buffed Doom Orb. He has so many options to go right now. You can even go back to the attack speed build. You can go the normal magic power build. He counters Khepri, of course, who's one of the stronger supports right now. There you go. Outplaying is back in the meta, dude. At least nobody's playing him in ranked right now, but once it happens, give me out, dude. Give me out. Aphrodite. Aphrodite is very... She's like okay. You know what I'm saying? She's very... I'm just going to put her here in the A tier. I'm going to put her there because you can play her. You can be fine. You're going to get invaded, but like that would have happened last season too. The big problem right now is like, oh, they have an Aphrodite. At level 1, I'm buying Weakening Curse, and they buy 2 Weakening Curses, which like inherently makes her bad. But then you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to buy 2 Heavenlies to like counteract the Weakening Slow. And then, but you're like, yeah, but I'm not healing. And then, she's okay. I wouldn't play her. You can go do more of Aphro and do a ton of damage, but you have to actually live. Her ult in the burst meta is good, but she's not seeing a lot of play right now because the anti-healing is so strong. I think I'd rather have her than a Hell on my team right now, though, honestly. Apollo! Apollo actually stays pretty much where he's been for a while. Apollo, like, the pinnacle, like, you're a good ADC right now. Haven't seen anything nuts from Apollo. His global rotation is still great. The builds are working fine with him, kind of. The problem right now is the builds in the meta right now are very Transcendence heavy. And he's not particularly a Transcendence god. He really loved Devo Gloves, but Devo Gloves are like out of the meta in builds. It's all about the Aussie. So, I mean, he's not the favorite ADC right now. You're looking more towards like your Huyis and Souls. Arachne. So, I'm giving Arachne A+ right now. I think Arachne will end up being a very strong jungler. New items work great with her. Gauntlet of Thebes is the item I'm thinking of. Increases her self-healing. The buff she got to her 3 with the movement speed is incredibly strong. Her level 1 invade is insane if you grab a Weakening Curse on her or even a Heavenly Agility for yourself. Very strong. Her invade very strong. Her buff clear is good. Her early fighting is really strong. The 40% web is hilarious. If you haven't played with or against her yet, try it. The 40% web is insane. It's insane. Also, kin size are back in the meta, and kin size always have made Arachne good. Thank you, Celtic Century, for subbing 3 months in a row to the twitchiest community on Twitch. The community where some say we twitch harder than anybody else. So, if you guys didn't like my Arachne placement, you're probably not going to like my Ares placement either. Because Ares is very okay. He is very okay. Also, he didn't turn around, by the way. I'm just throwing it out there. Ares is very okay right now. Everybody thought Ares is going to be broken. He's going to be so strong. We're not going to be able to do anything because he's just going to ulti us and we're going to die and his cooldown and oh no. And then it was like, oh wait. His ultimate still has the cooldown and then we can just buy beads and then we just pick characters with CC immune ults and then we're okay again. And he's like, oh, I'll buy cooldown. But it's like, okay, now I'm spending all my items on cooldown because I get a 10% item and then I can get like another 10% item. And it's like, yeah, I'm not even halfway there. He's okay. In Conquest, his laning phase is still poo-poo. You're going to get outpushed by almost every other god. You missed your change, you're dead. You're going against in lane. Ares is going against a Geb and a Rama, and they both have CC immune ults. So it doesn't even matter that his ult does anything. So, like, honestly, I think Ares got a little bit worse with this patch because what you really want for your support is, like, Athena's that you can taunt over and over again while the beads are down and you keep looking for opportunities. Artemis! Artemis! She's okay. Give her B+. She hits hard. Tusky is infinitely better. Tusky is so much better than it used to be. She's basically a better AMC. It's the way it's always been. Same concept as ASC, really late game ADC, really bad early game. She can go the Transcendence builds fine, which is good, but you're going to get camped by everybody all the time. And Art was like super dependent on like getting an early tier 3 beads And, you know, now, I mean, you get the early beads, but you have a long cooldown. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a thing, man. Athena! She is our top support for this season. And probably going to be good in other roles like the jungle and the solo lane. Why? Taunt! Alright, I'm on taunt! Okay, I'm on cooldown. Taunt! Alright, Athena, I get it. Your beads have been on cooldown 87 times now. You tried to pop an Aegis, and you forgot that you can still get CC'd in that because it's moving Aegis, not regular Aegis. Athena, by far, one of the best support. I mean, she's like the best support right now. She's also the best at probably a lot of other things. Nothing changes there. Athena's been at the top of the world for a while, and this meta only helps her. Woojer is fine. Probably right where she should be. I don't think this meta necessarily hurt or helped the Woojer. Still is annoying. Still can grab you. Still pulls you. Still likes to have other knockups on her team. Nothing actually too crazy there. If she gets fed early, she's a monster. If she doesn't, she's very schmeh. Bacchus is fine. The problem is actually that a lot of supports are like pretty good right now in terms of the meta. Especially because they can play multiple roles right now. Guardians are pretty decent over the solo lane. They're alright over there. Just because of how strong CC is. Some Guardians can play in the jungle. The really heavy CC Guardians you're looking at for your supports. And of course the very tanky supports. Which later on we'll see. Sobek not as good as a support as he used to be. Because his base stats are so low on things like health. That when they nerf the defense items, it really hurt him as well. But Bacchus is fine. Bakasura. So Bakasura is a guy that I'm not decided on yet, guys. I've seen some good Bakasura play lately. And I've also seen some really bad ones. I haven't like scrimmed with or against a Bakasura. I'm going to go ahead and give him B+ right now. I'd rather have him on my team than an Anubis AMC. But like, I would rather just have a Bellona solo instead of a Baka solo kind of thing. So I'm not exactly sure where he's going to fall in line, but right now I'm thinking he can probably end up being played. But right now nobody's really picking him because they're scared of like, it's Baka, he's so bad. But at least he's not like the worst god in the game anymore by far, right? Because it used to be like, Bakasura, like, is there an F tier? He's like, you can actually look at him and go, he's not terrible. So we'll see. Bastet is fine. Bastet's kind of not really done anything for a while. And it's not that she's a bad character. It's just that there's so many ways to counter her. Especially now it's like, and everybody has to have the agility at level 1, so her cats never hit you. But she's like, but I jump in, I do my harass damage, and I've got some new items that help with that. And you're like, but I've got my new spectral armor. So it's like, she's okay. I wouldn't really pick her, but she's safe. She can do her thing. She can steal buffs. You could go hogging her and jump over and do lame stuff. Bologna. She's one of the stronger solo lanes right now. Probably not the strongest. We may move her up to S tier depending on the rest of the gods and how we're placing them. Basically, Bologna is still strictly a solo lane god, and she's one of the best solo lane gods. She may end up being S tier. But I'm trying to think through the tier list and how we're going to go. But she's either A+ or S. Nothing crazy. You guys know Bologna. Her build got pretty messed up. She can't just, go that full HP tank anymore. So she has to switch. We saw a Mega play. And he got higher than the Minion Lion as one of his first items, which is interesting. So we'll see how that goes. Kabroken. Large amount of CC is good. Still doesn't really have a home. Still don't really know about him being played. We've seen a couple people. We've seen like DJ Pernicus trying to make him work. But we also see DJ Pern trying to make like the Rat work. And the Rat is not good. So we'll see how it goes. I like the idea behind Cabrakan right now because he has so much crowd control right in his 1 and his 2. But I'm just not super sold on the whole why is Cabrakan better than somebody else thing. Chalk. Same thing as Kabrakan. I'm not really sure about playing Chalk with some of the other gods on the table. I'm Chalk. Graps. I'm Tier. I'm better than you at doing what you do. I'm going to fearless somebody into the wall that they can't get out because they don't want to use their beads anymore. Right? I'm Chalk. I'm going to slow you. That's not nearly as effective as knocking you into a wall where you can't move. Is he a safe solo laner? Sure. Has he always been a safe solo laner? Sure. Is he great? No. You wouldn't pick Chalk over Bologna or Robin or Amaratu or Tyr or like a lot of characters, right? And the only lane he can really play in is the solo lane. So, you know, what are you going to do? Chang'e! Chang'e's alright. She has no home though. She has no home. Chang'e, B+. She's okay. She has no home though. She's never had a home. She's never had a home. Let me go mid lane. Ah, shit, I can't fight in the mid Harpies. Let me go solo lane. Ah, I just got invaded. It's like, I'm Chang'e, and she has like probably the best ultimate in the entire game, because it can be a 5-second stun in a meta where there's not very much beads. There's not very much beads. And she has her 2, which is basically a built-in beads if you use it right. But she has no home. I want her to come back in the meta someday because she's by far the funnest character in Smite, so we'll see. Chiron. Chiron's like the best ADC right now. At least in the top 3. Him, Sol, and Hu Yi are probably the best 3 right now. Super safe. Great ult. Can res. Cripple. That also does good damage. That's also clear. That also can be a cleanse. A slow. That's a homing missile that can kill people after they go away. Bada bing, bada boom. Good dash. Does damage. Put people out of position. Nothing wrong with Chiron. Great character. Play him as ADC all the time. All the time. Chronos is okay right now. You can play Chronos in mid or ADC right now. Why is Chronos good? Chronos typically comes back towards the meta when Doom Orb is around the meta. When Doom Orb is in, Chronos is in Y. Chronos uses his ultimate. He resets. He can go back and kill you without losing his Doom Orb stacks. I wouldn't really run it solo lane. You're still probably going to be in trouble over there. But you could probably get away with it mid, and you can definitely get away with it as ADC right now. You, of course, just have to be careful on the ADC side with an aggressive lane. You wouldn't want to go against a Cupid Capri, because then you're going to get poo-pooed on. So, Cupid! Cupid's okay. Y'all played Cupid recently? He's fine. He's not great. He's never really been great outside of that one part of the meta for like 2 weeks. His Heart Bomb hits hard as crap in this Transcendence meta where he can like also get Heartseeker and stuff. I'm not saying he's the best god of all time, but I'm saying you can definitely do things with him. It's hard to get out of his ultimate now because of like not wanting to use beads on his ulti and stuff. So, he's very fine. He's in a good spot. You want to hear about an OP god, dude. You want to hear about an OP Fenrir, dude. What the? This god is off the chain right now, man. He's so broken. If you've seen any of the top tier junglers right now, play Fenrir. You're going to be so mad. You're going to be so mad playing against a Fenrir right now. He jumps in on you and stuns you, and you don't have beads. So he ultis you, and he walks you away. And he has cooldown, and so he does it again. And he walks you away. And he walks you away. Woo! You're spending your entire time in Fenrir's mouth. He loves the new items. He loves the new jungle. He loves everything to do with the jungle right now. He loves it, loves it, loves it. Every top jungler that I've seen play Fenrir has been going 10-0 all the time. I'm talking, I've seen Weekend play it, I've seen Mask play it, I've seen, if you watch Adapting Stream, anybody that's playing Fenrir right now that's a top jungler is just tearing up the competition. It's disgusting. It's bad. Freya's fine. I want to see her played more. I want to see more Freya. It's hard to rate her anywhere else outside of just like balance right now. You pretty much want to play her ADC. She could work in the jungle. She could work with Do More, but she could work with the Telkine's Ring. I haven't seen enough of her being played. I'd like to see more of her. You know, this is very soon in the meta. I'd like to see more, and I'd like to see different builds played with her, different strategies. The beads nerf did hurt her a lot because she's very reliant on that for her positioning. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how she turns out. But as of right now, she's not being played above an A level. Geb is one of our top supports. Geb is like our second tier support. Is Athena open? All right, we're grabbing Athena. If not, we're probably grabbing Geb or like Kepru, right? He's good right now. He's always been good. My reasoning for Geb will always be: does Geb have his shield? Yes. He'll be a damn good character. They can remove his other 3 abilities, and you're still gonna be like, yeah, shit, a Geb shield would be really nice right now for my Ao Kuang. So there you go. Guan Yu's fine right now. Guan Yu can actually be played as a support right now. And it works out okay. Him and Odin are 2 warrior supports that are not bad right now. Being able to get an early meditation as well is pretty nice, so you can have the mana problem solved. I'd like to see some more Guan Yu in the solo lane. Some more Guan Yu in the solo lane would be nice to see. I don't expect him to do super well in the jungle or anything, but I want to see how the item shifts have affected him over in the solo lane. But nobody's playing Guan Yu solo right now at all. I've seen like 1 Guan Yu solo in like 50 games, so it's hard to say. So I'm pretty much basing it around support, in which he's actually kind of fine. Hades is also fine. Hades was like up here, and then they brought beads up a little bit, so he's like back down here. You can use your beads to get out of Hades ult again, so he takes away his ultimate. You can still build him tanky. He still does fine. You can probably play him mid and the solo lane. He does fine. He's still not a support. Like I said, with the previously nerfed beads, he was way stronger. Yo, thank you, Sledgins, for the sub, my friend. Welcome to the Twitchiest community on Twitch. But now that they've, brought back beads a little bit more, and they gave it the 2 seconds at the end, you can just walk out of the Hades ult. You don't have to be worried about it. There you go. It's Hades. Oh, boy. I really wanted Hebo to be in the meta, and for just a second, I was like, is this it? Is this the burst Hebo meta? And I realized, no, this is the get bursted Hebo meta. Not good. He's better than B. He's better than B, but he's just not. I wanted him to be so good. I love Hebo, and he hits so hard. But he blows up into a million pieces when you look at him funny. You're like, is that a Hebo? He goes, yeah, and he just explodes everywhere, dude. He explodes everywhere. All you need is a couple of wards in the jungle, find where the Hebo is, blink on him, freeze him, and he's dead. Every time. So. Hell's fine. I'm going to give Hell A. She's very okay. She's pretty much Aphrodite, right? Where the thing is, yeah, healers would be strong right now. Except for the fact that, like, oh, let's have 2 people start off with Weakening Curse, and then let's invade them. Okay, they got Heavenly. Okay, they ran away. But, like, I'm a Thor Arachne invading a Hell Ao Kuang Gratz. You can't come back in and fight us. We're going to destroy you because your solo laner has a bad level 1. And invades are, like, super, super important now because of the whole spawning of the minions and the openness of the camps and the level 1 actives and everything. So I would be surprised to see too many mages in the solo lane. Even though Doomorb and mages are so strong, I'd be surprised to see healer mages make a comeback with how easy it is to get weakening. Hunkules is good, dude. He's good. Yeah, Hunkules. He's doing good right now. He loves the new items, dude. He loves it. All the new items are very synergistic with Hercules. He's loving them. He's having a good time. He loves that solo lane. You can play him as support. I'd recommend putting him in the solo. Get big, get fed, get real tanky. You're pretty much like Season 1 Herc where you just heal up all the way. So, is it fun to play? No, of course it's not fun to play because you just sit there healing the whole time. Is it fun to play against? Of course not because they sit there healing the whole time. So, Woojer. Woojer is one of our better ADCs right now. He's up here with Chiron. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but this like new attack speed build, trans boots, Aussie, like executioner, kin size, whatever, like that style of build, plus Woojer's 2 is just annihilating tanks. It's hitting pretty hard against squishies too, but like I'm getting hit as a tank just like the squishy is. It's nasty. It's super effective. His ricochets work decently well in some of the new buff camps, specifically the back harpies and pigs he can get really easy. The other camps, it's a little bit harder. But Woojer is strong right now. Woojer is strong right now. Hoonbat is probably one of your top junglers. Yeah, jungler meta. Woo! Woot, 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 woot. We're back to the assassin jungler meta. Who you gonna call? The Hoonbat. Why? Why is Hoonbat so strong, you say? Because beads suck. And so his ultimate's extra OP. Last season you were like, wow, Hoonbat's ultimate's OP. This season you're like, damn it, it's super, super OP. Because why? Because your cooldowns are down because you just had to beads Akuma Mez. And you were like, damn it. Damn it. Now you're dead. Now you're dead. Bot's OP. Isis. A couple of reasons why Isis is A+. Isis is A+ because 1, she's a mage. 2, she can build Doom Orb. Why? Because she's a mage. 3, she's early game focused, and early game focus seems to be right now a little bit better than late game focused. At least in ranked, not necessarily scrims, but I mean, you ever been hit by an Isis Doom Orb Spirit Ball right now? Because it feels bad, man. It feels bad. It feels really bad. Like, this is this is bad. Really bad. Isis Spirit Ball bad. Amaterasu bad. Like, there's your tiers. Janice. Janice got a little nerf. He's still great. He's Janice. You know? Janice and Isis could arguably be up here in this S tier. You could probably argue them up there. We'll see how it goes as we get through the rest of this list. They could arguably both be S in this S to A+ range. If I put Janice here, this would be the first time we didn't see him in S for quite a while, but we'll see. We'll see. Kali, A+ right now. So Kali basically is back to being a ticking time bomb. For those that used to play when Kali was really in the meta, she was basically if the game reaches 30 minutes, the game is over, right? Still the same thing. Game reaches X amount of game time and Kali turns on and it's over. If you kill her early, right? You kill her early and you get her behind, that's great. You delay her ticking time bomb, but she's still the time bomb, right? You can keep delaying how far the time bomb is, but at some point in the game, if the game goes long enough, she gets her build, she gets her items, and she comes after you, and you can't stop her because of the new kin size and all the other stuff that she's working with. So, don't turn on Kali. I'm going to put Janice back in S tier. He's too strong. I can't. I want to put him in A+ tier because he got a nerf, but like, he didn't really get nerfed. Come on. He didn't really. I mean, the cooldown nerf inadvertently hurt him because he liked it so much, but he's still like the top mid god that you're looking to pick, right? You're like, who's open? No, Janice? Give me Janice. Give me Janice. To be fair, all the mid gods are going to be super high up here because of Doom Orb. Capri. He's like your third, second pick right now. If Athena's not open, you're picking Capri or you're picking Gab. Quick note, you level up your 2 right now in your Capri. You used to pretty much level the 1 because of the pluck duration. They nerfed the pluck duration, but they buffed back up the 2 a little bit. It gives 30% protections on the love bug. Rank up the 2 first. Cool. Kukulkan, he's fine. Are you going to see Kukulkan played recently or lately? Probably not. Why? Because a lot of the mages are going to be a higher tier than him. Why? Because Doom Orb is so strong, so all the mages are strong. You know what I'm saying? The theory basically right now is, can you build Doom Orb? Yes, you're probably pretty good. You're probably pretty good. Capri's not as good as Athena, no. Capri is not as good as Athena. No. In order for Capri to be S tier, I'd have to be able to say Capri's as good as Athena, not to flat out lie. Athena is way better than Capri now. Way better than Capri. Capri's as good as Gab. They do different things, but they're as good as Gab. Kumba. Kumba could come back into the meta a little bit. Kumba's not got, he doesn't have the hard CC, right? But he has a lot of soft CC. He's got the Mage and he has the Root, and his ultimate did recently get nerfed because he was actually thriving in like the solo lane. But as a support right now, you can get away with Kumba mainly because walk up, Mez. If they use their beads on your Mez, grats. Like now their Mez is down. You want to pair him with like a hard CC. Kumba support, Hunbats in the jungle. That would be great, right? Kumba Mezes, burn 2 or 3 beads. Hunbats comes in with the next fight. Boom, drop down the ulti. All of a sudden now they're in trouble, right? So that's kind of what you're looking to do. By himself, not great. Paired up, he can do well. Paired up, he can do well. Loki sucks. I'll give him B+ because he's better than these crappy gods, but he sucks. If you're playing Loki right now, you're playing him for one reason, and that's because you want to get that stupid new active that gives you tower damage, and you want to get Crusher, and you want to get full pen and Transcendence, and you want to split push and go around and just be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm Loki, look at me, I have teleport to towers, and I can decoy, and I can take down your Phoenix with 4 auto attack. No! 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 No more! Never. Don't do that. The worst kind of people. This is a PvP game. Go play WoW or something if you want to go play PvE. No! Alright. Gosh. Drives me crazy, man. Up the wall. Alright. Man. Alright. Medusa, she's fine. A lot of the hunters right now are actually pretty okay. The new hunter builds are doing pretty well. She's fine. She had decent clear. She still has the great ultimate. Good damage. I think she's probably underrated. You could definitely get away with her at middle still. The only reason why you're probably not going to see her middle right now is because she can't buy Doom Orb. If she could buy Doom Orb, Medusa every game. But you probably won't see her middle because she can't buy Doom Orb, and she's a fine ADC. Paired with Athena, of course, great combo. Bada bing, bada boom, you get that nasty taunt. Medusa ult off, great. But, I wouldn't pick her before I picked Chiron. Mercury! Oh, this god, dude. I don't think he's quite as strong as I thought he was going to be. He's in this A+ to S range. As of right now, I haven't seen the best of top tier Mercuries being played. I'm still banning him over gods like Quang right now in ranked because people seem to have a hard time positioning on him. He's not doing quite as well. But I played a game with Last today. Like 20 minutes in. Glasses on Janice. Straight like one shot. 1300 one punch man. Like that kind of bull is not right. That's like a Scylla ult 50 minutes in. So, I don't know. I'm still undecided, but, oh, man. Come on, man. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Alright. Neith is fine. I think she's getting played a lot because people are very comfortable with Neith. I don't think she's very strong. I think she's actually a weak point right now for a lot of people. They're going back to a comfort pick in Neith, when I think you're going to see these more carry-oriented hunters thrive. These late-game hunters like Woojer, Soul, of course. More of these guys that can really thrive off those auto attacks. I think Rom will be pretty good right now. I almost kind of want to put Apollo at A+, because I would probably pick Apollo before I pick Neith right now. But all ADCs are fine is basically, the moral of the story is all mages and ADCs are fine right now. Actually, the moral of the story is the game is more balanced probably right now than it has been for the entirety of Season 2. Let's throw that out there. That's really, if you look at this list, there's a whole lot of gods in B+, A, and S+. And more gods, I'm going to say, are OP than they are trash, if that makes sense. So, we'll see how this goes. Nemesis is fine. I think that Nem might see a rise. I'm thinking she might see a rise because of how low her ultimate is. But as of right now, people aren't really playing her. When they are playing her, it's not going super well. Her kit is strong. She looks like she's going to do good in this meta. It's not really a tank meta anymore. And, you know, she likes using her ultimate against tanks. But people are playing more like squishier gods. So we'll see how it goes. I want to see how she develops because her clear still sucks ass, but her endgame is still great. So I want to see how she kind of comes to this development. Nejah's fine. Nejah's fine. Ooh, Sash. Oh, you're in the air. I'm slapping you around a little bit in the air. Ooh, we're gonna launch back down. Kablam! Ooh, feels good. Okay, that's my Nejah. There you go. That's how Nejah is doing. Nox. Nox is super strong right now. Probably wouldn't pick Nox before Janice, but I would definitely pick Nox against Janice. Nox got definitely better this patch than she was for a couple reasons. Of course, she can buy Doom Orb, right? Grats, cool. But the main thing is the 2-1 combo on Nox right now is very hard to get out of because you can only do it, you know, so often. Especially if you don't get beads as a rank 1 active, not being able to get it until level 12. For those of us who are guardians or solo laners or even junglers sometimes that want to get something else, Nox is going to ruin your day until you hit level 12 and get beads. And then even then she might force you into beads on a character that you wanted to get something else on. Not to mention her scaling on her 2 is so strong. With Doom Orb, 100% scaling, Doom Orb fully stacked. 10 minutes into the game, 200 magical power, 360 base damage, plus 200, 560, plus the root damage, which is like another 300 damage. 860 with a 2-1 combo, so that's a little bit of damage plus her ultimate team across the map. So she's really good. Nuwa is actually one of the few mages I'm gonna not be putting in A+ in above range. I don't know if people aren't playing her because they're so used to having played her in the past games, but she's fine, but she's not great. So, Odin is either A, maybe A+, as we see him continue to get played, okay? As we see him continue to get played, Odin could move up in this list. He's not moving down. I'll tell you that right now. Odin is not moving down in this list. He is A at the least. Why is Odin better? 2, of course, major changes. 1, his ultimate lasts an extra second longer. Now, you may not think that's a big deal, but 5 seconds to 6 seconds is huge. His ultimate is still really low cooldown. He can still get the cooldown, that's great. The other big reason is he can leave his cage. I'm Odin, right? Look at me, I'm Odin. There's a whole world out here. Look at this. Right beyond my... There's so much stuff. He loves his cage, but he loves leaving his cage now. That quality of life change for Odin has one of the hugest gameplay impacts of almost anything. So, give Odin a chance. Give him a chance in multiple roles. The cage is extremely nasty right now. Osiris. He's Osiris. He's one of your typical solo laners. You're going to be picking Osiris. If you don't have, you know, Bellona's not open, whatever. Oh, is Hercules open? Cool, I'll play Hercules. Oh, Osiris is also open. Let me play Osiris. He's fine. He does what he needs to do. He's better than normal. He's always a safe pick. You can just pick him pretty much willy-nilly. Posai. A+. I'll give you one guess. Why Poseidon is A+. Did you say Doom Orb? Whoa! Yes, he is crazy! Doom Orb. You ever been smacked by a level 9 Kraken with full Doom Orb? Because it feels bad, man. It feels bad. And you didn't have your Aegis because you had to get beads because of the Fender that was in the jungle that was going to put you in his mouth. And so you couldn't avoid the Kraken because he whirlpooled and Krakened you. So, there you go. Ra is actually an A tier with all the other healers. A very strongly played Ra can do a lot of work, as can a lot of strongly played Lotta characters. What's going to happen to you if you pick an early Ra? You're going to get counterpicked with an Odin. You're going to get counterpicked with something else. You're going to get double weakening at the start of a game. It's just not a healer meta right now. You buy Pestilence because Pestilence reduces like, what, 25% healing, stuff like that. There's like a million anti-healing items, even though some of them are trash. So, healers are all okay. Rom is good right now because he's an ADC. Where's my chapstick? Rom is good right now because he's an ADC. He's one of those ADCs that has decent clear, actually pretty good clear comparatively. But he also has one of the stronger end games of all of the ADCs. He works well with this auto attack build going on. He's not the best with trans, not nearly as good as like Hu Yi with trans. But there is some other variants of the build that don't necessarily involve trans that you can get into. But he's good. He's a very strong ADC overall. To be fair, he's always been strong. And like, you don't have to be Snoopy to make him a great character. You just have to hit like 1 to 2 of your ultimates every time. You know, hit the first and second one. Use your astral arrows and click your 2 button, and you're probably a pretty decent ROM. Well, at the Tasker, much to the dismay of DJ Pernicus. I am sorry, friend. I know that it looks cute. I know that the rat would probably fit in your pocket. You could put him in your hand and he would fit in the palm of your hand. But the rat is trash. I would legitimately rather have an AMC on my team than a rat. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. But if we're going to counteract our rat, we've got the exact opposite of a rat. You know what it is? It's a Ravana, and he's our other S+ character right now. Robin and Amaterasu. So Amaterasu is auto-banned right now in ranked. Don't have to worry about it. You know who's not is Ravana. So do yourself a favor when you go into these ranked games. Don't forget that he's not banned because he's been auto-banned for like the last 3 months. And go ahead and ban him first if you're not first pick. Go ahead and ban him. Because I'll tell you right now, if you're going against a Robin, you're going to have the worst time of your life. Legit the worst time. It's the worst feeling. There's nothing you can do. He just kills you and doesn't die. Believe me, I've scrimmed against it. It is just the worst feeling. And winning against it is so much harder than just banning it out. Either first pick it or ban it. Don't deal with it, because there is no dealing with it. There's no counter. He just kicks you in the head. Which is great, because Robin has one of the coolest kits in the entirety of Smite, and I'm glad that he's OP, because MMA is hilarious to watch in the Smite God universe, when gods are like using spears to stab people, and he's like, I don't need no spear, pop, and he punches your head and your head flies off. That's great. Love it. Scylla is A+, for much the same reason that Poseidon is. You got beads at level 1, you can't get Aegis until level 12, your beads were down because you got Athena taunted while you were rotating back to the mid lane behind your tier 1. You went back to the lane. You got Scylla rooted. You got all sorts of tentacles all up in you, and you are not liking it because you didn't look up these tentacles by yourself in your own browser. These tentacles found you, and that's not the fun kind. Watch your butt for Scylla. Same concept as Poseidon that you can't get out of the ultimate if they play it right. This could be my favorite personal placement right now. This could honestly be my favorite one to place. And we got Sirkat. We got Sirkat in A tier. I don't know if this is going to stay. I don't know if this is going to stay. I haven't played against like any of like the top 3 Sirkets in the world, you know, playing Sirket. But guys, I've played quite a bit of normals right now, and I've played quite a bit of ranked already. Nobody's even playing her. Nobody's even playing her. You know why nobody's playing her? Because you can play Ao Kuang in the jungle, you can play Fenrir in the jungle, you can play Hunmax in the jungle, you can play Mercury in the jungle, you can play Robin in the jungle. There's so many strong junglers right now that comparatively, Sirkat isn't even getting picked. She's even getting picked. No more Sirkat. No more. No more. Go away forever. To be fair, that was the worst experience of my life with the Sirkat meta. So like, actually no, tank meta then Sirkat, but they're at the same time. Go away, Sirkat. Go away. Go away. Okay. Sobek. A tier. So, Sobek, as a support right now, is very okay. As a solo laner, I don't know really how he's doing. A lot of solo laners are leaning towards Amaterasu, Robin, Bellona, Osiris, Hercules, like those kind of gods is what we're seeing. Sobek as a support doesn't work because he's too squishy, guys. Level 20, he's got like 400 plus less health than Athena. Base health. Plus, he has like less physical protections. Sure, he's got the passive and the ultimate. Yeah, but Athena has a passive too that makes you block the entirety of the attack. You know what I'm saying? Sobek's fine. If you love Sobek, don't worry about it. Play Sobek. He's a good character. The thing is, right now, there's good characters and there's great characters. There's very few, like, bad characters. There's good and great characters. Speaking of great characters, Soul, because she was so close to being nerfed. It was so close. It happened. It was right here. She got nerfed and then they were like, fuck it. Bring her back, boys. Bring her back. And I was like, no. So what happened was they nerfed Soul and they took away the slow on her too, which was great. It was fantastic because why? Because it does a lot of damage, but at least it didn't guarantee 8 autos afterwards. And then Reddit said, wow, man, I really wish I could slow people with my Soul. So then what happened? They were like, well, let's bring back her slow, and then it doesn't proc poly. Who cares? Nobody cares. You know what they care about? They care about Soul building Doom Orb. And it slows you. at the same time? Whatever. Whatever, man. That's the only god I just don't get. Just nerf her. Just do it. Please. Alright. Sun Wukong. I'm going to be honest. I have absolutely zero information on Sun Wukong because I have not seen him being played one time. So I'm just going to assume he's probably okay because most of the characters are okay, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't think I've played against one Sun Wukong in my last 30 matches that I can remember. So, I honestly have no opinion on Wukong. No opinion. Sylvanas. Professor Vanas. He's fine. What hurts Professor Vanas? Professor Vanas is hurt by the fact he can build Weakening Curse at level 1. He hates that. Not a fan. Now, can you pair him with gods and make him good? Yes. You know what lane is the absolute worst to go against? The answer is Sylvanas Chiron. Why? Because your damage means nothing unless it's 100% of their health. If your damage is anywhere short of 100% of their health, you didn't do any damage because they just full healed themselves by the time the next wave got there. Does that mean he's the best mid-game support? No, it doesn't. He's a great lane support. He's great with Chiron in lane. I wouldn't really want him on my team once it got to 20 minutes as much as I'd want a Geb, you know, but he's totally fine. Thanatos. Thanatos is in a weird spot. He's not nearly as good as he could have been with the Dirty Bubble build, as he was, you know, being played by that. He had a hard time now that that particular build is kind of gone for him. He can't just, like, do that build every time and you're like, great, this is working out great. Like, he can still go for it. It's just not quite as strong as it used to be for Thanatos in particular. But Thanatos is fine. I don't really know how he's going to turn out because Thanatos is that god where he's either 10-0 in your game or he's 0-10. And it's hard to tell because it seems equally likely that he goes either way. Even if the player's a great Thanatos player, it seems like sometimes. But for now, I'm going to put him in A. I certainly don't dislike him. And I would pick Thanatos before I picked any of these characters. And I think that's a pretty safe assumption, is that you pick Thanatos before you picked, like, Artemis, right? Now, not many people are going to argue against that, so. Thor! He's awesome. Who would have thought? He's a great jungler. Who would have thunk that Thor is still a great jungler in Season 3? It's almost like CC is super strong, and he has two abilities that are CC. Although at least his wall cooldown no longer lowers itself to buff a character that was already buffed. What does Thor do? He clears waves. He does lots of damage. Even though he had a little bit of nerf, it doesn't matter. He's got tons of CC. His hammer hits like a truck. He's still safe. He still works great with all the items you can build right now. Like, are you any less scared of adapting Thor this season than you were last season? No, you're not any less scared because Thor's flipping Thor. You're more scared of adapting Fenrir than you were last season, but you're not less scared of his Thor. Tyr. Tyr's good. Tyr's an A+. Tyr's good. Fearless is actually so annoying right now. Let me beat. I just beats it. That's right. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna go after you, and you're gonna. Oh, you healed a lot of HP because you had Gauntlet of Thebes. Okay. So, is he the best god in the game? No. Is Tyr one of the better gods that you could probably be picking for the solo lane? Sure he is. Uller's fine. Works well with Transcendence. Does okay. Not the best ADC in the game. Super high difficulty cap. Assuming he's played at, like, perfect level, sure, he's probably A+. Does anybody play Uller perfectly? Not really. We see, like, Zuler coming out, and Zatman plays an amazing Uller, but even Zatman misses axes, and that really hurts him because he's almost entirely dependent on hitting stuff like that. Vamana. I want to see more Vamana being played. to properly see where he's going. But as of right now, it's looking like he's still one of the weaker solo laners. Not even close. I love Mana. Vana's one of my favorite characters, dude. Because like Bowler, shot cola. What you gonna do when I'm coming up on you? What? But he got the movement speed buff and he got the ult buff. But like, weakening curse, bopped. I mean, okay, you're in a team fight. Okay, and you're walking around. Okay, you got a heavenly, that's good, but like everybody else has heavenly. Okay, they use their dash away skill. Okay, I can't follow them, but like, I'm Bologna, I ulted over the wall. Oh, I followed him. Oh, I'm Tyr, I ulted over the wall. Oh, I'm Hercules, I threw a boulder. Yeah, it's just not that great, dude. He's not a shot caller right now. He's not a shot caller. Vulcan is one of the few ADCs that still, or ADCs, one of the few mages that actually blows. Shoutouts. Shoutouts to mages that blow right now. No, I've not seen like MLC Stealth play a Vulcan right now. But I'll tell you right now, the people that have been playing Vulcan are not playing Vulcan well, or Vulcan is trash. Either way, he is not doing well at all. He's just not doing well. Why would I play Vulcan when Poseidon is a better Vulcan with a ultimate that's way easier to hit and a god that's safer? You know? Shibaranke. Shibaranke is okay. A lot of people aren't playing Shibaranke right now, which is interesting to me. I'd like to see more Shibaranke played. Until I see him played more, I'm not really comfortable rating him any higher, because I'm seeing Huyis go off and Souls go off and Roms go off, but I'm not seeing Shibalankes go off, because when I see them, they're 3-3. You know, his ultimate's still great. I feel like he works great with the new build. I feel like there's no reason not to. With the new Transcendence Boots type Aussie build, I feel like that works great for Shibalanke, because he has the passive power plus the bolas, because there's a lot of attack speed kind of going into the build right now with Kins and stuff. I feel like Shibalanke would be the best god to be playing in the support or the ADC role right now, but I'm just not. People aren't playing him, but I really think he's going to be a great god once people actually start to play him. Although at the same time, you're playing into Soul, you're never going to turn on because you're going to get poo-pooed on. So it's like, you know. There's that. Xing Tian has been getting nerfed. He's been getting nerfed. He just got nerfed again. Because fuck Xing Tian. Seriously. Forever. Xing Tian is like A tier. They took the root off of his 2. His solo lane presence is not nearly as strong. He can't get the full cooldown with 2 items anymore, because it only gives 30% between shoes and breastplate. You'd have to build a whole nother item. I hope he never comes back, because nobody wanted to go against Xing Tian as much as nobody wants to go against Bologna, but Bologna is still good. So, there you go. There you go. There you go. Rejoice at the fact that Xing Tian isn't as good as Hercules. Unless you remember Season 0 of Smite with Hercules, in which case don't rejoice, because Season 0 Hercules. Now, Hercules is not nearly that strong, but I'm just saying. There have been worse things in Smite than Xing Tian, and the answer was Season 0 Hercules. Ymir is fine. Ymir can work well in the jungle. He can work well in support. He's probably an okay solo laner. My concern right now with Ymir is his lack of mobility in a CC meta. So here's the deal. Ymir and Athena are kind of similar, except for Ymir can't get away, right? He can't get away from a lot of these things. So what I really want to see is, I want to see some of the best Ymirs in the world playing Ymir. I want to see Rafford on Ymir, you know? I haven't got to see something like that because we're so soon into the season. I think Ymir, especially in Europe, is going to be one of the best gods in the game. I think once, Rafa gets on that and those other European supports that really love to play Ymir. And, North America's never liked Ymir. And obviously, I'm from North America, so it's hard for me to really judge. I've been playing my fair share of Ymir. I'm not the greatest Ymir by any means. It's been going pretty well. As Ymir, and I was never really a good Ymir. Maybe that's just because I've been practicing it more because I think it's stronger. I could lean Ymir towards A+, but I just don't feel comfortable right now picking Ymir before I pick Khepri or Geb. So I'd like to see more European supports playing Ymir so I can really see like the pinnacle of Ymir play. But until then, he's a good god. Feel free to play him. Zeus. Gotta get that Zeus juice. Interestingly enough, the Doom Orb meta, while really thriving up mages, right? Mages are just like skyrocketing through the roof because Doom Orb. And you'd think Zeus, he's one of the hardest hitting mages, right? But Doom Orb on Zeus wasn't enough OP to counteract him getting pooed on. He's A tier. And I mean, I say getting pooed on and I put him in A tier and you're like, what? But I mean like comparatively to other mages. So the problem with Zeus is while he does all the damage and is great and the Doom Orb works so well, he's always been a squishy target that's been the focus of a fight. One active until level 12 is so hard for Zeus. He really relied on having 2 actives. The longer cooldowns and actives really hurt him a lot. These CC heavily focused comps are really hurting him. So while he's a good god, he's super hard to position right now in team fights and stuff, and that's why he's not that great. And as far as another god that I haven't seen played almost at all, it's Zhong Kui. I'm putting him in A tier. I think Zhong Kui has always been and probably always will be one of the stronger gods in the game, and I'd love to put him in A+. But the only person I've seen play Zhong Kui is me, and I lost the game even though I was 8-0 at one point. So like, it's hard for me to judge right now where exactly Zhong Kui is. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be fine. Doom Orb Zhong Kui does tons of damage. Although Zhong Kui did really like getting like Ethereal Staff, and now Ethereal Staff got nerfed a little bit. And you're not really getting Warlock Sash because Doom Orb is so strong. And of course, Zhong Kui works the best with Warlock Sash comparatively. And so even though he works good with Doom Orb, he's not working as well as, say, like a Janus is with Doom Orb with the scaling on your skills. Plus, level 1 shells against a Zhong Kui means even your level 5 fight isn't that effective if you get it. So you've got to watch out for that as well. Overall, looking at our final little product here, we see the most gods chilling in this A+ through B+ range, which is great. Of course, we always want we want the most gods to be in A, and then as our standard deviation goes out, we want it to be less and less gods, and we're definitely seeing that. But we do have an interesting focus this meta, which we haven't had before in a long time for tier lists, which is that if you see our tier list, we're actually skewed towards the OP side of gods, which means that we're actually leaning towards more gods being broken than we are more gods being completely trash. AMC, Anubis, Rat, if they all got buffed and they were a little bit better, then we would really have this tier of like gods that aren't bad but they're not good, and then the good gods and the great gods and the super great gods and the completely need to be nerfed gods. But that's not bad. Really, the god pool you want to be picking from is look at this A+, S+ tier. If you can pick your role from that range, you want to be picking from that section. If not, go down to the A section. You don't really ever want to be dropping below that section when you're picking your god right now. Everything in A, of course, and above is actually a great god to be playing right now, which is awesome that there's so many viable gods right now comparatively to like usually it was half above the line and half below the line, but this is actually a super viable meta for a lot of different gods. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you learned something today, let me know down in the comments, and please subscribe to me on YouTube, guys, if you enjoyed the content as well. Don't forget as well, we have our recent partnership guides with Battle Riff, which is a new website where you can challenge an opponent in Smite to something like a 1v1 for cash games, and they will make sure the cash gets to you after the game. They'll make sure that nothing funky goes down, and after you beat them, you can go ahead and collect your $5, $10, whatever it may be. And of course, the Team Flex shirts, guys, are officially on sale. You can buy those. I'll have a link for that down in the description. We have 2 different shirts for men and women. We have the premium tee, and of course we have the V-neck for men and women, and we have a hoodie, and all of those, guys, are available in black, white, and blue. Of course, the proceeds go to help out the Flex boys over there, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for everybody that came out to the stream today, and for everybody that came out and followed on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and of course, those of you guys that subscribed. Thank you for coming out, guys. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, and as always, have a twitchin' day, y'all.